Hi everybody, it's Marcy, and as I told you in my last video, today I'm going to start working on repurposing some of my Hewlett-Packard Instant Ink boxes that I've got. I've got several of them sitting around because I can't bear to throw them away, so I'm going to turn a few of them into ephemera boxes is what I think I will use them for. They could be used for any number of things. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my box completely apart, and it comes apart very easily, and then I can lay it flat. And I don't know if you will be able to see it on camera. I'm going to flip it over so that I've got the outside of the box facing up. Here in pencil, I had marked what parts were the outside of the box and what parts were the inside when it's folded. I'll do it in pen so that maybe you can see it better. I've got all these papers here. I've got some music papers, a variety of book pages. I've got somewhere down in here, I've got a little bit of newspaper. I've got some handwritten notes, just a variety of neutral papers. And I am going to use my Mod Podge, and basically I'm just going to collage all of my outside pieces. Okay, my book pages are all Mod Podged on and dry, and you can see, like here, I went over to the what will be the inside, and that's fine. I'll take care of that later. You can also see that I've got some paper that is trying to creep up or crack and pop up. That's fine too. I'm just going to let that go. I'll just add some distressing. But before I clean all those papers up, I'm going to add one more layer of Mod Podge by, I'm going to take this napkin and I'm going to go around. Actually, on this napkin, I think what I'm going to do is I'm pretty well going to cover most everything, just because for this one I think that's what I'd like to do. Okay, my napkin is completely dry, and I did go back and add a second layer of Mod Podge to it. I've not cut away any of my excess paper yet, and for me, mine is really dry because for me it's actually the next day, which is good because that gave me some time to kind of rethink what I wanted to do. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and gesso some of this blue away. Okay, my gesso is dry, and I've now cut away all of my excess paper that I had hanging over. And so now what I want to do is, let me get my straight edge, and I'm going to take off this flap and these flaps. I'm not going to need those for this box. Now, I have cut some scrapbook paper, and I'm going to start gluing that down on my inside pieces. I am not going to glue one here yet, And over here, I will need, these two will fold in this way. So I'll need paper here because that will be part of the inside. And then I've got this strip here that I will be adding scrapbook paper to. It's kind of the outside of the box, but I didn't want, you know, the potential of Mod Podge sticking, and I didn't want to risk that. So even though technically this is part of the outside, I'm calling it part of the inside. So it will need a strip here, but I'm not going to do this one yet, and I'm not going to do this one yet. Every other, this, and these two, I'm going to go ahead and glue my scrapbook paper to. I got the inside of my box, I got scrapbook paper laid down, and on these last two panels, I've attached magnets so that when I close my box, it will have a little magnetic closure. So that's why I was saving those two panels. So now, gotta remember which one, see which one goes with which. That goes there, okay. So now, and I'm gonna pull my box apart again because it's easier for me to glue these down. And now I can go ahead and put my last two sections on. Now I am ready to put my box together for the final time. And because I won't be needing to pull it apart anymore or anything, I'm going to add a little bit of Fabri-Tac on these little flaps because they won't need to move in and out anymore. And I'm also going to add a little bit on the other side. Because that won't need to move anymore. Hold that for a second, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I may end up needing to add a third magnet, but I can do that later if I so choose. And the one other thing that I want to do, just because I'm a little extra like that, is I've got these raw edges. And so I want to, oops, finish those. So I cut some 1.5 inch strips of paper, folded it in half, rounded the corners, and I'm just going to go around and glue those on. Okay, so my box, I'm going to have to do something about those magnets. Those aren't going to hold. But for all intents and purposes, my box is done. I do not understand why my magnets aren't holding. It must, oh, because the cardboard is heavier than scrapbook paper. And so it takes a stronger magnet. So need more or bigger magnets. Anyway, so that's my little box. This was just probably, honestly, I would not do another one quite like this. This was good, you know, because I did all the collaging of the papers and then I did the Mod Podging of the napkins. This would go much more quickly if you just used scrapbook paper and glued sections of scrapbook paper all over like I did on the inside. For this one, you know, just taking a small break for a day or two from making journals, making this a bigger project worked fine for me. So I think I'm really going to enjoy using this. And like I said, I'm going to have to put bigger magnets on there. I like the magnetic closure, but I will need to use larger magnets or more of them. But then it can just go up on a shelf. Put, like this one, maybe would hold flowers. Put that on there and put it up on a shelf and I'm good to go. Anyway, so that's my little play. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. And until I see you again, please be safe, stay healthy, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.